Now, as Ryan, Trenton, and Sean grab your attention towards the world of sports, food, and entertainment, and away from the things that are probably more important, we apologize for nothing and anything that may be spoken, learned, or forgotten today. This is the Real Tree Shaker Show.
Hello, and welcome to the Real Tree Shaker Show. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Trenton.
And Dad, I hope you could hear that, mentioned about last
We're
show.
making sure.
But I am Sean, and welcome everyone to this newest edition of the RTS Show. And tonight, guys, some history being made in Birmingham, Alabama, as the Giants are taking on the Cardinals at Rickwood Field, Trenton. Rickwood Field. Yes.
Dickwood
but we'll get into that. Yeah, sorry for that, folks. But anyways, we'll get to that later. It's been kind of a sad day in the world of sports and in Hollywood. But last show, we talked a little NBA Finals. We'll finally get to finalize that as there's no more basketball. We talked U.S. Open. That is finalized. What a crazy Sunday there. We talked a little bit about Caitlin Clark's Olympic snub, the Lakers head coaching search. A lot of things that we talked about last week coming to a close, guys. And then T shared an awesome golf story with us. And we did tie Brazil last week, USA. So,
yes.
But with that, guys, how about a little trivia to start the show?
Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that. But today's topic is Today in History. Okay. So, on this day in 1975, what movie was released?
Godfather?
Caddyshack?
No.
In 75.
It has to deal with water.
Water, okay. Jaws.
Yes. 1975 Jaws was released.
All
right.
The ocean for everyone.
I was wearing a Jaws quote shirt earlier, so how about that? Didn't even know.
Oh, there you go. When in Rome. All right. So, all right. Today in history, in 1936, this man set the world 100-meter record.
Jesse Owens?
Ding, 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 ding. Correct. All right.
That's pretty sure that one.
On this day in 1782, what did Congress approve?
The Constitution? Bill of Rights.
For Bonnie and Doc to come back from the Old West into 1985.
The
Bill of Rights. No, I
don't know. Today, on this day in history, I'm sorry, we all failed history, but today Congress approved the bald eagle being the USA's official symbol. So, all right, one more, and I think this will get us flowing into the flow of the show. Today, in 1988, what happened on The Price is Right?
Well, that's T show, so.
Happy Gilmore beat up Bob Barker?
Close.
Someone got $100,000. I don't know.
Nope. Today in history on The Price is Right, model Janice Pennington is knocked out by a TV camera.
Oh, wow.
Changing scenes. So, so she came on down.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. All right. So I hope I made my dad proud with a little history. references, and I hope I didn't make everybody else's brain hurt as much as it was for me to write those down.
Made
But
it hurt pretty
guys,
good though. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, but isn't that? I mean, a lot of things happen on this day throughout history. Really cool day. But let's not talk all about that. But anyways, guys, the NBA Finals have wrapped up as the Boston Celtics have won their 18th title with a gentleman's sweep of the Dallas Mavericks. Jaylen Brown was named MVP. Guys, give me your thoughts on, did they get the MVP right, and just your overall thoughts of the finals in general.
I mean, yes, I think the MVP was correct. I think Brown was more consistent throughout the finals, even though he had a couple games where he wasn't maybe some superstar kind of numbers. I don't know. At the end of the day, it wasn't the most exciting finals. I don't know if that is all credit due to Boston for being as good as it seemed like as they were, or if it was the lack of Dallas not making shots. I mean, both teams didn't shoot all that great. Boston seemed to shoot better and then just get certain turnovers and steals and such at times and capitalize on them when the Mavs didn't. And so I don't know. I mean, I feel like the playoffs. I feel like the playoffs were great. I thought there was some awesome series and in games. But I can honestly say the finals a little bit of a letdown. I'm proud for Boston. I'm happy for them. I know it gets the monkey off of Tatum's back and company. I mean, good for Missoula and stuff. I mean, that's a good squad. It's a great squad. They deserve it. But I just overall, it's just I don't know. Since there was mainly blowouts in all the games, it wasn't necessarily wasn't all that fun. Plus, I don't like when there's a sweep or a 4-1 like this. I want to see some more action.
The gentleman's
Right?
sweep.
Yeah. I do agree with T. I think they got the MVP right. Jaylen Brown deserved it. I know Tatum was the first player, I think, in finals history that led his team in points, rebounds, and assists, and that did not win the MVP. So I thought that was pretty crazy. But I do think like Jaylen Brown just seemed to show up in those key moments when they needed him. And so and he played good defense, on whoever he needed
Luka
to play.
most of the time.
But yeah, like T said, man, just blowouts. 3 of the 5 games were blowouts, and I think it was an issue with the NBA this year. They had a lot of blowout games, a lot, and I think that's something they really have to address. To make it a little bit more competitive, and just kind of, I don't know, man. It was exciting. The games were good. I enjoyed the games, but man, Boston won just, by their defense. Luka's going to get his no matter what. Irving was kind of held in check for most of it, but man, Dallas, like none of the role players stepped up at all, man. None of the other guys. So I think,
they were just,
I think it made them
just kind of, they just weren't, like you said, they didn't step up. I mean, I don't know what it was. The Mavs didn't look like the team that got him there, and I don't know if that's credit to Boston. I mean, where was Irving? That was pretty surprising. I mean, 3 games in Boston, you're nowhere to be found. And,
99 points on 99 shots for Kyrie in the series.
And so, again, I know, and sometimes that's how basketball, that's how most, some sports go. I mean, you get there, you might not play well when everything's on the line, and this is what you get, or you end up falling short. But like, they just looked off. They just looked completely off. And I mean, maybe that again is that credit to Boston, or is that on the Mavs? I'm not too sure, but yeah, they didn't look like the team that got them there. Which is
maybe the crowd booing him in Boston. I don't know. Maybe that affected him. I don't know.
Apparently,
Maybe he should have
mentally.
came out on the court, burning some sage like he did, and he
Sure.
came back as a
Sure.
member of the Nets. But no, I thought
Sure.
Luka looked tired. He looked beat up, like he was
Sure.
hurt.
He was.
Kyrie, like I said, 99 points on 99 shots. Not going to get it done.
Right.
But yeah, you guys are right. No role players stepped up. But I mean, how could you stop Boston? I mean, it was like, the last game, Tatum and Brown started real slow, but Drew Holiday kept them in it. Porzingis didn't do much because, of his rare injury that he has.
He had that one
his
game where he
presence
showed
alone.
out.
Yeah. I mean,
game
so it
boy.
was just different aspects, but you guys are right. Jaylen Brown was the most consistent. And just to remind everybody that's listening, Ryan and Trenton did pick the Mavericks to win.
Yeah, wrong there, man. I was wrong
Wow.
for sure.
Just had to get that out. But,
pick the underdog.
All right.
Why not?
And you were gonna pick the Mavs until we both picked them.
That's right. So graded on a curve. I'll take that. Okay. So with that, is a repeat next year possible for the Celtics because they are already the favorites, according to Vegas, to repeat.
I saw that at 450, I think, plus 450. I feel like they're not losing anybody. Like they're keeping their entire team. So unlike the Nuggets this past season that got rid of a lot of their role players and depth and things like that. I don't know. I mean, it's the East, so I mean, clearly some of those teams are going to get better with free agency and stuff like that, with the Bucks and Sixers and stuff, which I still would think the Celtics are better than them anyways. So, I want to say no because I think it's really tough to repeat in the NBA, especially these days. I mean, it always has been, but I mean, there's just no telling what's going to happen in free agency right now. So, that's why I would say no. I feel like they have a great chance to get back there, but to win it all again, yeah, I'd say no.
Yeah, 6 champs in 6 years. So
yeah, I would say as of now, you think they got to be the favorites, but some teams going to make some moves. I mean, it's the way of the world in the NBA. Someone's going to make a big move, and something's going to happen. I just
Injuries
got a
too,
feeling.
right?
Injuries,
Of
yeah.
course.
How healthy are they going to be? So
we saw. I mean, Porzingis has already got that freak injury, and I'm sure he's already. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't have any injuries during the regular season because he's usually pretty fragile. But
true.
Fragile.
So where do y'all rank the Celtics then out of the last 5 champs? Between the Celtics, Nuggets, Warriors, Lakers, and who am I missing? Bucks. Out of those 5 teams.
Well, I don't think that. I think Denver last year would have beat Boston.
I do too.
Yeah,
I think
I would rank them top.
A highly competitive series, though. But the Bucks team, I think Boston would beat them. The Lakers team, I think that would have been a really good matchup. But I think Boston would have smoked them. Yeah. Jinx, you owe me a soda.
I know, right?
But I don't know. I think there's a couple teams, but I think Denver would definitely give Boston a run for their money if they played head to head.
Oh yeah,
I think they beat them.
You think the Celtics would beat Joker and company?
No, I think the Nuggets. I think if I had to rank them, I would say Nuggets, Bucks, Celtics, Warriors, Lakers.
Yeah. Could you imagine how many threes would have been shot in that Warriors Celtics
Right?
series?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that
playing around the world and 100
threes in a
find
game.
the paint and
easily.
Would they?
Yeah.
Could they get 100 threes in a game? 100 threes attempted in a game?
Absolutely.
Between the two?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boston shot 56 or something in a game earlier. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that game would look like the old school like clips where they would have people running real fast, and that'd be the just threes flying. But
Ball just
All
flying
right.
everywhere.
so on the other side, guys, what does Dallas need to do to get back to the finals? Because the West is definitely more loaded, and you know that teams are going to bounce back that kind of underachieved, and some younger teams are going to be better. So does Dallas have the clear path back to the finals?
I do not think so. No. I think Luka's he's gotta grow up and mature. Much like people are giving him criticism about barking at the officials and stuff like that. He's got to knock that off. I mean, you just give up too many possessions where you're outnumbered and uh, they're getting easy baskets. And when you're down, even if you're down 4, maybe 5 points, well, all of a sudden now you're down 7 or 8. And then if it happens again, then all of a sudden you're down 11, 12. Just real quick. So it's like I think you just need to mature on that stuff, and I think maybe maybe get his body prepared a little bit, not necessarily better, but like you say, he looked tired, he looked hurt, so he's gonna have to fight his way through that. Because the West is gonna get a lot better. It is the West. Um, we saw Caruso coming over from the Bulls to OKC, which he's not necessarily a big superstar signing, but at the same time, he's a great defender. He's a great role player. So they just got a little more depth. So I think they need to sign somebody, another scorer. I think they have a really good younger squad. I think the Mavs have the pieces. I think they need one more piece though. I think they need another scorer.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Luka and Kyrie, I think they've learned how to play with each other this season. And but I think they should. There should be more. Kind of like someone was saying the other day, Kyrie's quick to get an offensive or a defensive rebound and go straight up the floor and go and score and stuff like that. And it's there needs to be more of that if he's going to be on that squad. So I think that would help.
Sure. I think the Mavs has had kind of a magical run, one of those, I don't want to say once in a lifetime, but one of those rare occurrences where no one really expected them to make it. So it's going to be real hard for them to repeat. I agree with T. They got to get another piece in there probably. I think they realized that in the finals for sure, that they need someone else to pick up the slack. Luka, like T said, he's got to get that chubby healthy like Joker. I say, Joker got kind of chubby healthy. In his first few years in the league, he was like Luka, sluggish and hurt a little bit, and then he got kind of what I like to say chubby healthy, like dad bod healthy. So I think that's kind of where I know,
right,
that's exactly right. Where Luka's got to get to, where he can run up and down, and do that, because like T said, that's Irving's play. He wants to run a lot. So, Luka was usually the one coming up the rear, to take the 3-pointer always, So, but yeah, man, the West is too hard right now, I think, man, to really predict who's going to come out. Denver is going to go out and make a move, I think, and Warriors, I wonder what they're going to do. I'm curious to see them. Thunder, great young team, and now they're a year older. So your Wolves, I mean, come on, they're going to be hungrier too. So, and they're going to be hard to stop. So
don't forget about the Grizzlies.
All right, watch out.
Whatever. Pass. No, man, watch out for the Spurs. I mean, I don't think they'll see too much. But year 2 with Wemby should be kind of special. And they might be on the outside, but I don't know. I think some teams are really going to start to pull back. So I think the Pelicans are going to be sellers. So you might see Zion and Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum.
Right.
That'd be a good addition for the Wolves. Yeah. But yeah, I'm with you guys on Dallas. with that third scorer because that's what Tim Hardaway Jr. should have been for them. They were missing his 3-point shooting and just offense, period. But Lively's got a great future in the league.
He does.
And,
Gafford too.
PJ
yep, Washington.
That's a good one too. PJ, yep. Ryan's finals MVP.
Right.
But we'll see what happens. You never know. Injuries, free agency, what teams don't want to pay the luxury tax anymore. So there's going to be a bunch of different stuff to see what happens. And because I think it's July 1st is when teams can start doing free agency and stuff like that. So no tampering, but there's already been a trade. So, but speaking of tampering, guys, did someone mess with Rory's putter on Sunday?
Oh,
as unfortunately, Rory McIlroy lost the U.S. Open on Sunday.
T.O.'s favorite.
Yep. He played so good.
T's
played
favorite
so smart.
Won. What?
But
your favorite golfer won.
Bryson DeChambeau ends up winning. The Turdo ends up winning it. And I felt so bad for Rory. But guys, is this like one of the biggest letdowns? I hate to say choke job, but it kind of was. But is this one of the ones? Like, do you put that up there with Greg Norman?
That
was a 6-shot lead at the Masters.
I feel like it's at least in the
realm.
I don't know. It's in the realm. I mean, the dude's up to with 5 to play, if I'm not mistaken. And if people have watched golf this season, and maybe even like the last few seasons, like Rory's missed a lot of those putts. Like he's done this numerous times, no matter if it's the first round, no matter what round it is. He's just missed these. They're not in a. I mean, it's the U.S. Open, and that course. I know those greens played tough, so I'm not gonna say they were gimmies, but like, you kind of have to think like at that particular moment, you got to make those putts. I mean, especially the second one. I mean, he struggled with some short putts. Not only this year, I know last year too, and I think even last year at the U.S. Open where he came in second, I think he missed some shorter putts that that put him in that particular spot. But man, it stinks. I mean, he had it, and he's been working so hard to finally get that particular monkey off his back, and I mean, just like that. I mean, yanked out from under him, the Turdo, and the Turdo got so lucky. I mean, he'd been dangling in the grass and the hair, all.
Like he Turdo hanging in the grass in the air.
In the grass.
Hey, he did have that great shot outside off the bunker. Come on.
Sure. I mean, sure.
I know. I'm trying not to give him credit, but I will. But yes, he played good. But I really thought, not on Sunday. Oh, okay. I got you. Wink, wink. But I was rooting for Rory so bad, man. Like, I love watching him play, and he just beautiful swing off the tee. Great, iron game. Good out of the same. I mean, he's just a great player, but yeah, it's just like you got to make that putt, man. And what was he won -6? DeChambeau is 6 under for the tournament. He was. Remember, we talked about the U.S. Open, and remember Patrick Cantley was -5 or was 5 under after round 1,
right? And
we mentioned that we wouldn't be surprised if that's how the tournament ended, and it was right there on cue. So yay to us for predicting that.
There you
we got
go.
1 out of 100, right? But yeah, I mean, it was just the course was so hard, man, so beautiful. But like, if these guys are struggling to play like that, like I don't even want to fathom how I would play out there.
Oh,
That's
I would have
right.
lost. I would have been off in that native. I would have been lost in that native area so much, man, and like trying to hit out of that thing. There's no telling where my ball would have gone there from that point on. So
I mean, you would have been looking for your ball, and you would have had multiple trees to shake while you were looking, because you never know, the ball could be in the tree.
those were non-shakable trees though. So
Oh yes, yes. Just to preserve
damn non-shakable.
The trees of the future, we have certified some and put some electric fencing around the non-shakable trees. So please watch out.
So tell me this: what was Rory's lead going into the final round? Did he have the lead going into the final round or no?
No. Rory was down.
Okay.
Yeah, Shambo was up what, 3?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Rory I think was -4, was 4 under, and DeChambeau is at 7 under.
Okay.
Yep,
and then Rory hit that stretch. Rory hit that stretch starting on number 8, where he birdied 4 out of 5 holes, man, and was just in fuego. I mean, couldn't miss. And then that's when it just started to fall apart for him. Maybe he got too easy on it and didn't. But, you know, he's now reached 3,600 days since he won his last major. And I know it's hard, but, you know, it's Rory and he's the face of the PGA. But you got to think, too, there's like Justin Thomas, you know, Jordan Spieth. A lot of these guys haven't won majors in a long time. So that just shows you how many more good golfers, and Tiger's out of the mix forever. I'm sorry. I root for
Shows you how good Tiger was when he was good.
Yeah, exactly.
No doubt about it.
No, but you know how you said was Rory like Greg, was it like a Greg Norman meltdown? Well, it wasn't, because Greg Norman actually spoke to the media after that, and Rory ran off and I can't talk to anybody. I gotta wipe my ass with this $3 million check. Oh, that sucks. Damn. Come on, man. You're a pro athlete. Talk to the media. Win or lose. You know who Rory is? The new LeBron James.
Oh, come on.
He can't win the big one. He can't.
You don't remember him
cries about it when he does it.
No way. He doesn't cry about it, man. No way. He's the one who, like, you know, is in the forefront. The PGA kind of put him there with the whole, when the live split started taking place, you know, and he's just been kind of.
The NBA puts LeBron in the spotlight too.
LeBron
do they not?
Exactly. Good point.
Rory's going to get a production company and go to Hollywood and be in movies.
You know what? Rory turned down 3.1 million pounds not to play in a tournament the week after the U.S. Open.
Rory's in Happy Gilmore too. Come on. The start of his acting career, you know.
I hope so. Whatever, man.
I give you guys a hard time. He's a good guy, but talk to the media afterwards. Talk to him.
I get that, but you know what? It's really hard. Like, I mean, just imagine the emotions of like having to do that. Like, it hasn't even completely sunk in.
Think about Greg Norman. He had the biggest like meltdown in golf history, and he talked to the media. He never won a major. Rory's won a major.
He's got some good wine though, but.
Come on, man.
I just don't I don't understand why you're making a big deal about him talking to the media. Like he said like you're on the media side. Like, I mean, national media can suck it, man. So, I mean,
no way.
We're the media. I mean, you want us to suck it or what? We're media in a way. Can. We are a podcast. We report on sports news.
I'm sure there's several people that feel the same way. You know, so.
Do you know how many people rely on us for their sports news? Come on.
That's right.
Global.
Yeah. The ones that accidentally clicked on the button across the seas.
Hey, it counts, right? You know?
Yes.
So, I know.
No,
hey, I'll take the clip.
No, you know what? Rory will be Oh, go ahead,
I think
T.
he was mad. I think he was really ticked off. Like, I mean, because he knew how close he was, he knew what he did. I just think he was really mad. So I don't think at the time when they're going to ask him dumb questions like they do, how do you feel about doing? I mean, how do you think I feel? I mean, that's probably how.
Say that then. Say that.
Well, that's the thing is you got to watch the PGA, the old white guys, dude. That like they're gonna come at him a certain way. They don't want him to speak a certain way because it's the PGA guys. So like, I don't know. I'm not saying that bailing out and not talking to the media is the right thing to do, but after something like that, I wouldn't want to sit up there either. I mean, props to Norman and company for doing it. Maybe they had other I don't know, but like like I wouldn't want to sit up there and talk to or listen to that crap. I mean, my answers have been short and sweet. Like, like, yep, yeah, I choked. Yep, cool, I blew it.
On to
Yep,
Cincinnati.
yep, I'm out. Yeah, I'm on to
There you
Cincinnati. But I don't know why it's a big deal though. I don't know why you care that much that he didn't talk to the media. I think it's whatever.
Man, his plane was in the air less than an hour after he missed that putt. I mean, he'll be front and center next, in a couple like 3 weeks.
But yet, if
LeBron
did this, y'all would be killing LeBron.
No,
I wouldn't
if LeBron did the same thing.
You'd be
y'all would
LeBron.
Y'all would too.
I don't care if he talks to the media or not. I could care less if anybody talks to the media or not.
I mean, don't you remember some of the most famous like post-game speeches?
Yeah, I remember Jordan getting beat by the Pistons and saying, "Hey, we weren't good enough today. We'll be back next year. We'll be back." He didn't go home and cry. He talked to the media. It's resiliency. That's why you're a pro athlete. You're resilient. You come back.
He'll be back. Scottish Open starting on July 11th, and
is it called?
I mean, I think what
is it? When's the Open? The Open. When's that?
That's what.
July 17th.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's called the Open though, right? Not the Scottish Open.
Yeah, whatever.
I think the Scottish Open.
They want to say it. Rory. Rory will be.
Warm up.
Let him rest up, man. Get out of the. He's had a busy year. So had issues at home, which we won't talk about. But that's a lot to deal with, So, but as T would say, congratulations to DiTurto. He was rooting for him silently. Don't lie. But
nope.
Yeah. Why all the hate for him? Come on.
I just think I don't think it's true. I don't think the show and everything is true. I think like it's more for him to, I guess, get not necessarily recognized, but like I don't know. I don't.
He's a look at me kind of guy. Yeah. He's Happy Gilmore, man. He's perfect for Happy Gilmore.
Doesn't Rory's golf need a guy like that?
So that's the villain part. So
sure.
Yeah.
I love that.
I mean, good for him. I mean, awesome. I mean, keep doing what you're doing or what he's doing. Like I think I root for 100 other golfers besides him. So I have for a long time. I mean, for a long time, especially when he came back all built and everything. Like back was at COVID times, and I'm gonna drive this ball over here. I'm gonna do this stuff. Stop talking about it. Just do it. Half the time he wouldn't even get in the fairway. So it's like, cool, you hit the ball 380 yards, but you also knocked it over there in the BS. So like, I don't know. And then I don't know. He just bugs me. He
rubs you the wrong way.
Yep, he has for a long time, and I mean, it is what it is. Good for him. Heck of a bunker shot. He got lucky. He got lucky as can be. With all those,
that's half a golf. Come on.
I mean, that's very true. But like when you're in a major and you missed he hit 5 out of 14 fairways that day and hitting that stuff, and you constantly keep getting a lie except for the very last hole, and you shank it, and then you shank the ball into a bunker, and then you hit like a 40 or 50 yard bunker shot. Like props to him then. But he got so lucky, man. That's the one thing he didn't. That's the one thing he didn't say. He should have said I should have said like, hey, I didn't play all that great, and I got really lucky today. He didn't say that. he just talked about himself, and I don't know. I would at least admit to
He
being
should have
lucky.
just ran from the media like Rory did. Said, "F it, I'm not going to
Why
talk to anybody."
man, you're beating beating a dead horse with that, man. You're making a big deal out of nothing too. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, you know. But
No, I don't hate Rory. Good luck to him. I hope he wins. I think he will win another major or two. So good luck to him, man.
Well, hopefully, when he wins that major, then he goes and skips the media again as well.
Sure.
That's what I'd do. That way,
Just
it
make it his
goes out.
thing now. I'm just going to skip media day in the 4th round.
Yep.
Oh, whatever. You know, he'll be fine. He will definitely win. He's got plenty of time to win more majors. He will. But you know, that's sports, man. It's the game of inches, right?
True.
It is the game of interest. Well, guys, in the world of acting, we lost Donald Sutherland died today.
Yeah, I saw that.
At
Sad.
the age of 88. So
Damn.
you want to talk about an all-timer right there.
Yeah. Great actor.
Yep. Did a lot of good shows. Dirty Dozen, MASH, Animal House, you know, The Hunger Games, 6 Degrees of Separation. He's in a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff.
He was in 199 movies.
That's crazy. One more. Just one more.
I know, right?
And his son's a pretty good actor, too. So
true.
O'Keefe.
Yep.
Yes, sir. The old Kiefer.
Yep.
Love the Kiefer.
He's a
but
great actor.
Sticking with the sad news, and we lost another one in the world of sports. The third one here recently. We've lost Bill Walton, Jerry West, and now, sadly, Willie Mays Hayes. The Say Hey Kid passes away. I mean, I was prepping for the show and looking at his stats. It's just unbelievable. Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, I was looking at his stats and it's just unbelievable. Like, you want to talk about the best athlete of his time? Like, he would kill it in today's baseball. Guaranteed, man.
Oh, yeah.
Guaranteed. Like, he would be, I'd say, almost Ronald Acuna-ish in that ability. So, but what do you guys think? And any fond memories or stories, maybe, of the Say Hey Kid?
He's like, well, I don't know if I was alive back when he played, but
my day is 1923. Like
my pappy, my pappy's pappy.
Clearly, we weren't born to, when he was playing baseball. But of course, like the over-the-shoulder catch will always be the the memory that I know, that I think of when you say his name, and like especially visually. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to be living as long as we have and always hear the name and hear him, talk to him and hear him talk and stuff at All-Star games or other special occasions and stuff like that. In fact, all these older baseball players, and now they're slowly but surely starting to pass on. And he had a crazy impact on the game. I mean, as we're seeing tonight and stuff like that. And baseball's got a wild history to it. It's got a pretty cool story, and not necessarily that cool things happen back in the day, which is what they're kind of celebrating now. Is it's like that stuff wasn't right, but those players and stuff like that, they deserve to be honored. And he played at a time where was a pretty crazy times back then. So not that the times aren't now, that is for sure, but just different things with the race and stuff like that. So pretty nuts, man.
Yeah. I agree with T, man. You'll always remember the over the shoulder catch and throwback. I mean, that's like iconic. I agree that they should make that the logo for MLB. I think that'd be awesome if they
That'd
did
be
that.
sweet.
If they made that the logo of MLB. But to me, he was always like the original 5-tool player. He could do it all. Hit for average, hit for power, could run, could field, could throw. I mean, he did it all. He was basically like the originator of that, and I think every great player is always going to be compared to Willie Mays, just kind of like, like you would Michael Jordan in basketball. He's the icon of baseball in a way, kind of, because he could do it all. So, man, just unbelievable stats. I mean, 660 home runs, over 3,200 base hits. I mean, dude was awesome, man. Just, every player should go back and watch him play back in the day. And like you said, you probably wouldn't see much of a difference to the speed and play of today's game watching him. I mean, 60 years ago, it looked the same. That's what's crazy to me. Think about a guy back then doing what the players today do. So you can't do that with very many players in many other sports. So pretty awesome, man. Sad day for sure, man.
Yeah, definitely so.
Yeah, I mean, the stats are ridiculous. 12 gold gloves, 660 home runs, almost just under 3,300 hits, a 301 average, 339 stolen bases, over 1,900 RBIs, 2 MVPs, 1 World Series, 24 All-Star games. Ridiculous. And he had a hit in like 14 of them.
He left for the military too.
I was going to say.
And missed out
1953.
Yeah.
1953. Yep.
2 years.
Didn't he miss half of 52 or half
Something
of 54?
like
But you think add that year and a half to what he could have done, and it's like, man.
Do you remember what you were doing in 1954?
I don't know. Don't remember, Pappy.
You don't?
We were herding the cattle.
Right.
Patsy said, "Get him in and come in for supper."
Ringing that bell.
Yep. Come in, get it. But the part of the historical part of tonight, they were gonna honor Willie Mays at Rickwood Field. Rickwood Field. Yeah, Dickwood. Okay, what I'm tired of covering for you. Okay, so
it's Rickwood Field.
Rickwood.
It says Rickwood right here. Yeah, Rickwood right here. Yeah.
But built in 1912, so it is the oldest professional baseball stadium. It was built 2 years before Fenway, and it only cost $75,000 to build.
Wow. That would be like 75 million today.
Yeah,
probably.
I think they said in the pregame they did like $5 million in renovations to it, but a lot of the original structure is still there.
That's cool.
But could you imagine a game back then? I took a picture of the dimensions back in the day, right? Left field was 405 feet. Left center, 467. Center field was 478 feet. 448 to right center and 420 down the right field line. So
no wonder he caught that ball, man. 470 feet, man. Jeez.
Yeah, but how far did he have to run to get it? That's the beauty
465 of it.
Yeah.
But man, 470
wild.
feet. That's wild. Wow. It's oof.
I mean, you want to talk about a pitcher's park.
Yeah, I was about to say. Pitcher's dream right there.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't that be cool to be at the game tonight?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be awesome. It'd be so cool.
Would have hoped it would have been better teams, The Giants I get, but don't you think they should have had like a New York team? Because he did play for the New York Giants.
Yeah, that would have been cool. You feel like baseball would have set that up somehow. I don't know. Maybe it was something where they had the schedule out already before they knew they were going to play on the field or something. I don't know. But
yeah, that's what I wondered too. how they
All
set
right,
this
so
up, but
you guys give me 2 to 3 players, back in our era, even that you would have loved to see play.
In the 50s?
Anytime before our existence was made.
Oh man, 2 players.
2 to 3. I mean,
Clearly, I'd love to see Babe play. I think it
yeah,
just because of the whole entire. I think the time and because no one ever seen anything like that before in baseball, and so that would have been pretty cool. I guess watching Willie Mays would have been pretty awesome. I don't know. There's a lot of. I guess Hank Aaron. That would have been really cool to see too.
mhm.
yeah. So I was thinking Hank Aaron.
There's several players, but I'd say at least those 3 right there for me definitely that would have been really, really cool.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong there.
Koufax would have been a cool guy to watch. Yeah, I was gonna say
Koufax.
Koufax for sure.
Bob Gibson.
Yeah, Gibson, just how dominant he was. Hell, Cy Young too. Even him, Cy Young would have been like, I mean, shit. 511 wins. I mean, damn. Who's gonna touch that ever? I don't think anybody will ever.
No.
I mean,
No.
never.
No way.
It's like Ripken's record,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
never will be touched.
Different era, but yeah, Babe Ruth for sure. Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, a lot of the guys T said would have been awesome. Maybe a little bit more Pete Rose.
That's a good one.
Cool.
So
I'm thinking I would have wanted to see Mays and Mickey Mantle.
Oh yeah,
Mantle.
Yep. I mean Nolan Ryan back in the day. That would have been cool. But yeah, like T said, it's so rich in history, and it's crazy that stats still get broken every single year and every month, it's just that's what the beauty of baseball is. And I'm sorry if you can't find time to sit through a whole baseball game. You don't know what you're missing.
Exactly.
Did you not see Nolan Ryan when he was pitching on the Rangers back in the 90s?
Oh yeah, he did. You didn't see him?
Well, I mean, I saw him, but not in person. Like I'm saying, give me a ticket in the stands.
I got to see him 3 times.
I was gonna say,
I
think one time, I think I got to see him play, but I actually met him though outside of Minute Maid Park. It was the Giants and Stros. Stros having it was a bad game. They got blown out, and my roommate at the time was a Giants fan, and so we went down there and we walked around the stadium looking for a Giants hat. I told him, I was like, there's no Giants hat that's gonna be for sale in here, and we happened to stumble out the stadium, and we're walking, and there's a tall, older man in front of us, and we're just shooting the breeze, and I look over. I didn't look over, I guess, but we were walking by a hotel, and someone was holding this big case. And he was like, sir, can I get your autograph? And I was being nosy. I just kind of looked over and stuff, and I saw this Nolan Ryan stuff, and I was like, wait, what? I look up, and he's like right there, and I'm like, oh, wow, dude. And
that's awesome.
And
I get my crappy phone out, and I'm trying to get to load up because it took forever to load up to the camera. And I'm just trying to get to load up, and he just turns around and looks at me, he's like, can I get a picture with you? He's like, better make it quick. I'm just trying to trying to get the selfie done or whatever. It's a bad photo, but it pops up on Facebook every once in a while for a memory. But
that's cool.
He had to hit the Ryan Express, right?
Yep.
I should have told him he made a mean hot dog. I think that was back when this hot dog we're on a big thing. But he seemed like he was a pretty nice guy. He literally walked into that hotel, there was all these people standing around and no one flinched. He walked up some stairs and stuff, and no one even turned around and looked or nothing. It's wow. Pretty crazy. So maybe they're used to seeing him, I don't know, but it was pretty cool though. Pretty cool little moment for baseball stuff.
That's really awesome.
That is cool. That is
It
cool.
all happened so quick. It was just like we walked across the street, walking behind him, didn't even know it was him. We probably walked for like a block and a half right behind him and had no idea it was him. You probably heard every word me and Cliff were talking, saying. So
She was like, okay.
yeah,
Here's a couple smart houses.
Yep, that's pretty much probably what it was. But yeah, cool times though.
That's cool. Really cool.
All right. So do you think Major League Baseball will retire number 24? Because a lot of good players have worn number 24.
Ooh. I feel like I want to say no because like they've retired 42, and a lot of people like to maybe they'll make like a special day. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they will make a special day out of it. I'm not too sure, but
Oh, for sure they will.
but I don't know. It's kind of a hard answer on that. I do not know. I feel like
Yeah.
no, but then again, I'm not too sure how baseball is gonna go about this particular one.
Yeah, I don't think they will. They'll definitely make like a Willie Mays day for sure out of it, but I don't think they'll retire his number. Like I think they did Jackie's just because special meaning more than baseball. So it kind of seeded baseball. So I think that's why they did his number because it meant more. And I'm not saying Willie Mays didn't mean more either. He did to a lot of people, but I just think he'll have his own day, I was going to say one other stat I read that I thought was cool was that in at least 13 straight years, he got 70 or more extra base hits. 13 straight seasons. No one's ever touched that. I think the next I saw was like 8, maybe. But for 13 straight years, he got 70 or more. He was a good triple and double hitter. A very good triple and double hitter. So
I think it's kind of nuts because like a lot of these stats that have been held for all these years that these older players put up, like there's some of those ones you'll never touch. I mean, we're never gonna see that stuff again. And it's like I think they don't get enough credit. I simply, and I think a lot of it has to do with it was from the color of their skin. They got held behind a lot,
Sure.
or I guess, or not necessarily behind, but they weren't in the spotlight like others were and stuff like that. So
right.
I'm glad they're being acknowledged, though. I'm glad it's being acknowledged.
Definitely, but sadly, he will be missed. And it's actually been a pretty cool game. I don't know if you guys saw the part, where they were playing the game and it was in black and white.
Yeah, I did.
And they had the old graphics.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
It was cool.
That was cool. Neat.
That was really sweet.
I dig the uniforms and everything. Yeah, it's cool. Neat stuff.
So over the weekend, Trevor Lawrence just inks a 5-year, $275 million deal, or extension, I guess, with the Jags. Yeah. $200 million guaranteed. And guys, he got $142 million at signing.
Wow.
Overpaid? Yeah. Right in the price range? Or was it smart to even lock up Trevor Lawrence?
I mean, I already know what Ryan thinks, but
he's a Rory McIlroy of golf.
No,
he actually did talk to the media after he signed the contract,
Jeez.
So
jeez, you're just never gonna let that go.
I'm kidding.
Never gonna let it go. I don't know. I mean, it's one of, I think if you want to say the debate or the argument to all this is, he's a young quarterback. He has had some success. He's won a playoff game, which is he's won one less than Dak Prescott. And there's your so give you a little stab there. Zinger. And so I mean, it's to me it's real simple. It's like who else you got? like what else are you gonna do? Like like who I mean, who else you so you're gonna go what, you go find somebody like a rookie out of the draft like when like this next year. And so I mean, I feel like it's just kind of the nature of the beast now. Like so there's been numbers posted,
Sure.
and you posted those numbers about Daniel Jones, and stuff like that. So is he owed the same amount of money? I mean, there's the argument to that too. So I mean, I would say not necessarily, since Jones hasn't maybe I don't know, maybe
Lived
led
up to
his
the number
team.
6 billing draft
Yeah,
spot.
that I mean for sure on
Sure.
that, but I mean just like Trevor Lawrence hasn't really lived up to the when was he picked at? Was it 1 or was
Number
it 2?
one.
He's
Number
1.
one.
So I mean, it's like he's had some moments, but like he's turned the ball over a lot, and I mean, I don't. Again, like, what else do you do? Like, you don't pay him. Who's what are you gonna send in Mac Jones? Like, like I don't know about that. So and then what? It's like, oh, that doesn't work out. You got this. Was it Josh? What's his nuts? Downs or whatever.
Allen? Josh Allen?
Dobbs. No,
Oh,
not
Josh
Allen.
Dobbs.
Oh, Dobbs. I mean, it's like just
Sorry.
think of your other options if you don't use Lawrence, because I mean, if not, someone else is probably going to pay him, and so maybe not in the
I'll pay him in
division,
New York.
but that's what I mean. Somebody would pay him. So I feel like it's not that they didn't have a choice. I just don't think they had a better option at this particular time.
True.
And I think he can get the job done. I think he needs some help though. I think they need a couple of receivers. I think would help. I mean, hopefully Ingram can help him out a little bit more, or not Ingram. Tight end. What's his nuts?
No, you're right. Ingram.
Is that right? Yeah,
Evan Ingram.
Okay. Yeah, Evan Ingram. Hopefully Ingram can keep doing what he's doing and give him some help there. But I mean, they need some work. They still got some pieces to put together to make that team a lot better. Like, can't put
They did get Gabe Davis.
Good for one day. Yeah. But they drafted the kid Brian Thomas from LSU. And they still have Christian Kirk, and Travis Etienne had his coming out party last year.
Right.
But yeah, I wasted a lot of draft capital in fantasy football on Trevor Lawrence last year. So that's 2 years in a row. I'm like, I got bit by Russell Wilson when he was in Denver that first year, and then Trevor Lawrence last year. So
yeah, I got bit by Lawrence too.
I'm good with the signing. I get it. You got to pay, and I know I've shown a lot of these stats where Daniel Jones and Mac Jones, they all had the same stats pretty much as Lawrence, but you know what? It doesn't translate to wins, and Trevor Lawrence has one there. It's someone pulled the stats of Mahomes and Dak, and it's similar the last 4 years. Very, very close, but Mahomes has kind of won some big games, so
Kinda.
a little bit of a difference there.
Kinda.
Yeah. So I know.
What is it? He 17-5 in the playoffs,
Yeah,
or something like that.
I think it's like
Dak's
17-4, 3,
and
something
Dak's,
like that.
and
So,
Dak's got what, 2 wins?
2-9. 2-9.
Hey, Trevor's got one
Ooh.
playoff win. Daniel Jones has a playoff win.
Yeah.
So
I get it. You can't just compare stats and look at numbers. It's about wins too. The intangible stuff that doesn't show up on a stat sheet. So because looking at us now, I mean, we all know we'd take Mahomes over Dak in a heartbeat.
absolutely.
So
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people over Dak in a heartbeat.
Trevor was beat up a lot last year too. So hopefully the O-line plays a little bit better, and he needs to just be smarter and get rid of the ball quicker. And secure the football, young man. Too much talent.
Yeah, he's got to knock off the turnovers.
I know it's early, but AFC South preview: Houston or Jacksonville, or the Colts.
Houston.
I'm with Houston. I think the Colts are going to rock the boat though. I think the Colts definitely do so. especially with a healthy Richardson. I think they rock the boat a little bit, make it tough for him.
I think the Colts go like 6-11. I think it's a sophomore slump for Richardson.
It should be basically his rookie year.
Right. I guess you could say that.
I mean,
but
I don't know. I did pick Jacksonville, I think, to go like 14-3 or 13-4 last year. So I got that a little bit wrong, but I don't know. I think Houston's got a tough schedule, just great upgrades, but I'm going to say it's way too early, but we're allowed to amend these later on in the year. But I might go Jacksonville.
To win the division?
To win the division.
Wow.
By a game. So we'll see.
So you must not have the Colts making the playoffs either.
It's just so hard. I mean, 6 new teams are going to make the new playoffs every year.
Right.
Health, which, like we were saying with quarterback depth, who has the most of it, So, but let's move along because it is starting to hit that hour mark and it's late and I'm old and I have to go to bed soon. But did you guys see the presentation of those Kansas City Chiefs and receiving their Super Bowl rings?
Yes.
No.
I mean, I saw highlights of it and they were freaking enormous.
Yeah.
The rings, like, wow.
Yeah. Really nice. $40,000 to make each ring.
Yeah.
529 diamonds, 38 rubies, and it totaled 14.8 carats, whatever that means. So
they're going to be hard to wear on like your hand. I mean, it's got to be like you're never going to wear it. Like it weighs too damn much.
Well, wouldn't that be just a shitty problem to have? Oh, I can't walk because of my Super Bowl rings,
My hands on the ground.
Like poor Tom Brady, hunchback, from wearing all.
He's like,
that's how he stays in shape, keeps those shoulders rolling, put the Super Bowl rings on after he has an avocado shake or ice cream. But did you hear the game-winning play? Yeah, no. Well, that was my next story, but no, the play that won the Super Bowl, Tom and Jerry. That's on the Super Bowl ring. Like if you lift the lid up, the top of the ring, it lifts up and it has the play. But there is a typo in those rings. Did you guys know that?
Nuh-uh. What is it?
It's they had all the games that the Chiefs played in the playoffs, right, with the seeding and the scores, and they have Miami as the 7th seed, but they were actually the 6th seed, so they have that inscribed wrong.
Oh,
yeah.
Can they go back and change that for free?
Yeah, is there a warranty? 30-day try it before you buy it?
Doesn't matter. They won. Who's gonna remember that in 3-4 years?
I think it's on the inside of the ring, along with all the players' signatures. So
can I have the messed up ring?
Right.
I'll take the messed up one.
I promise I won't put it on eBay.
Right.
No. Nope. Would never do such a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would add a little more weight when they're wearing it around. Is a number 7 heavier than a number 6? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't remember when eating my Chef Boyardee alphabet. All right. Well, it comes that time of the show where Ryan tells everybody where to find us.
I did want to give one stat real quick, and this is because, just give me a minute, I promise I won't take long. WNBA stuff, because I won't take long. But
sure.
I know we talked about the impact of Caitlin Clark and everything, and they say it's a rookie class. Well, I don't know, but you can take these stats for what you will. Attendance is up 156% over last year. The televised game have on the major channels have averaged 1.32 million viewers, which is crazy, tripled over last year. The WNBA League Pass has seen a 355% increase over last year. And the social channels have been up 380% over last year. So take that with what you will. Just saying, is it Caitlin Clark? Is it the rookie class? Whatever you want to think. So,
yeah, I'm glad you said that because I took a picture of something. Someone did the franchise valuations of the WNBA teams, and the Vegas Aces are valued the highest at 140 million, and now the Indiana Fever are at 90 million, and the Atlanta Dream is the lowest valued franchise at 55 million. So
pretty wild.
Looks like, yeah. So I mean, 140 million wouldn't buy you anything in men's professional sports. I mean, like a minority part, but not to own a whole franchise. But
right.
I don't have that much change in my couch. But good stat, Ryan. That's awesome.
So now I'll tell y'all where you can find us at. We are the Real Tree Shakers, and we are on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on X. You can listen to us on Amazon, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Podbean, on... Give a shout out, Sean, the one that did the transcribing for you.
Oh, good pods or whatever.
Good pods. So, we're on Good Pods as well. So
Buzzsprout,
check us out.
Spreaker. There's a lot. But yeah, just pick one and,
search for us. Google the Real Tree Shakers and you'll find us. I promise.
Yeah, man, we're going global. So exactly. Shout out to Bulgaria again. Love that country. Yes. I don't know why. But Trenton, do you remember how to drop up? Have you? Yes. Are you ready to explain that to us?
Yeah. I dropped up.
He dropped up. That is correct. But all right, well, let's start this getaway music. Thanks for listening. This has been the Real Tree Shaker Show. See you next time.
Peace.
Peace out.